Yo, what's up, everyone? It's your boy Jack OATz. Go even know or you don't. Thank you guys so much for the support. As always, Kaiju number 8, one of the most hype weekly Shonen Jump series out there right now. This is shaping up to be such a crazy series. The last two chapters didn't really have too much action. Of course, this latest one did have a bit of action towards the end, but it's crazy how these are pretty much like the last one for me was a 10 out of 10. This one's like a 9.5 out of 10. And there's no real action going on. So Shinomiya is really putting his heart into this, and I really like this. I like the time and the energy put into this all over the place. Anyway, just going through the chapter, we have, Ichikawa and his boy Reno. No, not Reno. Oh, God, what's his name? I forgot his name. But he looks like a shark. Just kind of chilling. Looks like they got waters. But they're all, talking about Kafka. He's like, who would have thought that he'd have been Kaiju number 8? Am I right, Ichikawa? And Ichikawa, of course, doesn't look, all good because, he knew the whole time. We know that. But he's feeling sorry for his boy. So, one of my favorite things, though, is that the entire division does not see Kafka as a threat at all. They understand, yes, he's a kaiju. He's a Daikaiju threat, but they don't believe that he's an evil threat. And that's pretty much like my favorite thing. Now, Mina she calls in the guys that were talking pretty much. And she's like, due to like our base being in just shambles, really, you guys are going to be going out to different bases to go train because there might be more attacks coming. Excuse me. One more. Gosh. Anyway, excuse me, guys. So they're trying to prepare for more Daikaiju level attacks. Which is smart, and of course they can't do anything with their training grounds as they are right now. So it's just smarter to send them out. Now, while Ichikawa's what seems like his new rival, he's really apprehensive. He doesn't really want to go because he wants to train under Mina. He respects her. But Ichikawa is like, I need to get even stronger. I'll go. So it gets his rival. He's like, all right, I'm going too. Like, I refuse to lose to you. So then it goes over to Shinomiya's father. Now, this is something I put in my Twitter post. Like, I knew this was going to happen. Of course, Kikaru is going to have to go over and talk to her dad to see if, like, okay, maybe I can persuade him to believe that Kafka is not actually, like, bad. Yes, he's a kaiju, but he's not bad. He saved my life on several occasions. He's not bad. And so, as I pretty much predicted, he's just a hard, rough, and tough guy. Very hard to break through to. So, he starts off by calling her a pathetic fool. And he said, Ashiro already reported that much to me. Are you here to tell me about your worthless failure? So, he's not even focused on the fact that Kafka could be good. He's just like, dude, you're a failure of a daughter, pretty much. But he shows her the x-ray and he's like, well, it looks like a heart. He made it out to look, it's a core. It's a core. And it's like, he's not human. He's a kaiju. So we then find out that Kikaru's mother was killed by a kaiju. So this is where the complete disdain of kaiju comes from as far as Daddy Shinomiya. All right. So then Kikaru looks kind of surprised and he told her, if you understand, then leave. And it looks like she's leaving, but she goes, Dad. And she turns back and says, even so, I still want to believe in him. And that's super dope. Because, of course, like, yes, it failed. The talk failed. But it shows how solidly behind Kafka everybody is. And I really like that, and especially from female characters. I have to say, we don't get a whole lot of great female representation throughout a lot of series, and Naya's done nothing but right so far, especially with Kikaru and Mina. So I really like that Kikaru was not, she did not buckle to the verbal blows of her father. She stood tall and believed and backed what she said. So I absolutely salute that. So Kafka's sitting in the room, and this is also something that I tweeted. They have him in this chair. It's all metal, yeah. But I'm like, bro, just put him in a plastic chair and just some like bubble wrap handcuffs or something. Like, it's the same thing. He can just break out of this. So we get the first squad shot with Shinomiya's father, and like, it's crazy looking, right? These guys look like they mean business. But what I really liked about this chapter is that the General Shinomiya, he says to release the restraints. And the guys like freak out. He's like, bro, he's Kaiju number 8. That's kind of dangerous, right? And he gives him like the bug eyes, you know, when the fisheye lens comes on, the anime character, you know it's serious. He's like, have you forgotten who I am? And he puts it into perspective, just like I was saying. And he says, if he's really a Daikaiju class threat, then he could easily break those cuffs. And he does note that he's here of his own free will. And I love that he pointed that out. He's not just some mindless monster hell-bent on destroying all kaiju and blah, blah, blah. He is analyzing the situation as it is. So he recognizes Kafka is staying there of his own free will. So that was hats off, respect to the guy. As hateable as this guy is, I do really like him. Because he's not a mindless character that is just going in a straight line to just destroying kaiju. It looks like there's more of an agenda here. So Kafka gains a little hope, and he's like, oh, he might hear me out. So he starts to talk to General Shinomiya, and he just pulls out the burner and blasts Kafka like 5 times. And Kafka blocks bullets with his arm in kaiju mode, but not too far behind the bullets is our boy General, is the general, right? And he's got his fingers inside of Kafka's ribcage, it looks like, and he just clenches it, and the very ending shows him pouring the blood into the vial. So this brings me back to the last chapter, where the scientists suggest that, hey, like, instead of annihilating him, why don't we try using him as a biological weapon? So it looks like that is what they're going for further study, and also to develop more equipment. Because if you look at the gauntlet that the general used to dig into Kafka's chest, it looks a lot, almost exactly like Kafka's arm in kaiju mode. So they have very advanced technology, and I'm wondering how many kaiju they've come across. I mean, I guess that's stupid because they've come across 10, Kafka being one of them. So I'm wondering what they're like, the powers that they have. You know what I mean? But this is shaping up to be really cool. I really like this chapter. General Shinomiya is going to be a huge problem, and he showed us levels, because not even Kafka can react to him. So it's going to be an uphill battle for real. It seems like he's much faster than Hoshina might be, which is logical, right? Because Hoshina is just the vice captain in one squad. So we'll see how this goes down. But I would like to see Hoshina and Kikaru come break him out. And I really just don't want to see Kafka talk his way out of this. I don't want him to protagonist his way out of this. I want to see something different. He's a grown man. And they're going to I hope they treat him as such, and not like a child that is going to shed this revelation of like, oh wow, this guy is insightful, I like him, let him go. I really hope that he's got to essentially fight his way out, and that they'll hide him once he is out. Also a great opportunity to, for Kafka to possibly learn how to shapeshift, so that it is harder for anyone to find him. So we'll see how this shapes up. Read Kaiju number 8 if you're not on it already. Hats off to Matsumoto Naya. Gosh, of course, the guy who studies alongside Tabata is going to be riding some peak right now. So, man, May 27th is the next chapter. Hopefully, if there's some really, really good content that I can build off of, we'll be right back here. I'll see you guys in the next video. This has been Jack OATz to go. You either know or you don't.